So obviously you work with Patek Philippe.
Mm-hmm.
You have a wonderful watch collection.
Thank you.
How long?
We can't skim just past the fact you work with Patek Philippe. That's a big deal.
No, serious deal.
That's a big deal. How did that actually come about?
That came about through there was a mutual friend of mine who was a good friend of the company. As is the case of a lot of the brands that we kind of work with, where it's like I get introduced to them through someone, and then they'll be like, oh, you know, we really recommend you work with this person on a ad campaign or whatever, or have them involved in some capacity, and then you end up building up a good relationship with the brand or whatever. And if things go well, then, you know, it helps to accelerate things a lot faster. So, you know, stuff I've done with that, with Apple.
Apple's crazy. Man had seminars in Apple. Now, that's insane.
Yeah.
What does a man like you?
What do you mean?
He knows exactly what I mean when I say that. Be doing holding big seminars in Apple.
It's good. It's good fun.
Now, don't tell me it's good fun. I don't want to hear that. How the hell has this come across? Like,
I've been working with them for years. People don't realize this. Like, I've been working for years. I've been doing stuff with them behind the scenes, whether it be like the phones come out and then the pictures that have been out, the pictures have been done by me that, and then like you're seeing are advertising like the photography of the new iPhone. I've been doing that. I've done events at the store in Regent Street. When the store opened in Battersea, went down there. I've helped them out with a couple of seminars there. Done some stuff with Apple for Business, then where they have like, you know, one-to-ones. I've gone and talked to customers about what they like and how to maximize their businesses using Apple products.
So
it
was a long time coming.
It was a long time coming, but you know how all that happened? That happened because one day my iPhone broke. I went in the store, and then once they fixed it, I said to them, oh yeah, you know, I take pictures with my iPhone quite a lot. Showed them that, and then they were like, yeah, you should come and talk to people about like how you take these pictures with your phone. And I did that. That was what the first event I did.
Something so small. Like
something so small. Absolutely. If I didn't go to the Apple store that day, none of this would have probably happened.
My goodness.
Like literally, phone broke, went to the store. They got the phone working. I went on my website at the time and I showed them images that I'd taken, and they were like, wow. They were like, all of this is iPhone. I was like, yeah. And then it just naturally happened.
From there, this is built.
Yeah.
That, you know, that's
it's
how
mental.
crazy that is.
This is why I'll talk about his enjoyment now, because like,
not enjoyment, enjoyment, brother.
That's a enjoyment. Because now we was talking about Patek Philippe and that. Zac, obviously you got a serious watch collection. We, you know, regular people, we tried to walk into Barcelona and the Rolex store in Barcelona. Oh, yeah, and they tried to give us some dege Rolex. So
of course they did.
This one first.
Of course they did.
Now these companies email you saying this one's landed.
Yeah, that is.
Mr. Des. How long does it take to get to that point where they email you like, Mr. Des, this one's in store, would you like it?
Like, but it's not just with that though. That like clothes, everything, cars, like. There's no longer a point of like me going to a store and seeing something where I want it or I haven't got it. Like I will be emailed or invited to an event or whatever, and they'll be like, oh, this is on this. Are you interested in this? And then it just comes about like that. I get emailed all the time in like Harrods watch boutique. They're always emailing me, this watch is in store. Do you want this watch? No, I'm all right. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, that's quite nice. I'll come down and get that later today.
My goodness.
Like this is the thing, you pick and choose, but at the same time, like you got to remember,
the graph has come.
It's like fucking 10 years.
That's the thing.
So it's like 10 years of like, you know, once I first started to make some money, the first thing I did, get a watch.
Yeah.
You know, and then then you get a bug, because like once you bought your first one, then your next one, then your next one, then your next one, then it's like, oh, okay, with these I can actually make money. Let me sell some. Let me do this. Let me do. So it all comes about very organically. Like nothing's forced. You don't walk in there one day or talk to someone. You're like, I want to work with you one day. Like it's all so natural the way that it all happens.
Would you say, I don't want to sound disrespectful here, but would you say any of it was luck, or would you say, no, I made this happen?
I think probably a lot of it was luck, because if I was to try and do the same thing today, I probably would be able to, but it would take me a lot longer, and I think it'd be a lot harder because there's a lot more competition. If like I got lucky because I was doing things at the right time. Social media had just come about, all this stuff had just come about. Life was kind of just, you know, coming onto social and digital and everything. So I got lucky then. Like, you imagine how many of these footballers and people have photographers now just following them around every day. Like, it's a completely different field. So, you know, like you look at powerhouses like Jude Bellingham or David Beckham or Harry Kane, or all these men that have like these full teams that are just doing commercial stuff for them.
Yeah.
That didn't exist then. Footballers didn't have that. Footballers weren't talent. Footballers were just footballers. The whole industry has evolved now. That's why it's so much difficult.
But you were at the start of it.
I was at the start.
Yeah,
I wasn't the first, but I was at the, you know.
Yeah, 'cause when I think about it, and I think about when I used to be good at
my
Arsenal
days.
and that, you didn't really see how it is now. Like the change is mental. Like
Instagram
having
wasn't a thing,
people
though.
like, yeah, I had Instagram when it first opened up, and people's pictures are just
Your camera roll.
selfies, camera roll, whatever.
What they were
Now
eating, that was
everyone's
it.
got professional pictures.
Yeah.
See people stepping out of a Viana. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, the
Like,
Viano pictures piss me off so much. Oh, they piss me. They piss me off so much.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's what it is now, and everyone's got a photographer. Because even one of my, I think you probably before him, like one of my friends, Kieran, he's like a photographer, follows loads of footballers. But I'd say who was the one that I remember at the start? I think his name was Matthew. He used to work with Chamberlain a lot. But it's like, obviously he just still does the photography. I don't know what he does now, but he used to follow. But if you're saying you're one of the first, then I can imagine like setting that bar up. Now everyone's trying to do it.
Yeah,
Which is mental.
he was a pioneer. You were a pioneer in that business.
Yeah, it was just from early. It was like but it translated. It was like go from doing that to doing the nightclubs to then like you're doing fashion week. Then you're mingling with these people. There's other things that they don't want to see you involved with. It moves very quickly, but the thing is, it's like you need to be someone who's always looking at the next.
Right.
If you're sitting around and you're like, oh, you know, I'm quite good at this. Let me just get
Having
comfortable
space.
now, or let me have a break or whatever. Like, even still now's not the time for me to have a break. Time to have a break will be like when I'm exhausted, like physically. There's no point trying to have a break when there's still if there's still stuff for you to do and still things you need to build. You go and do it. There's no point trying to rest when you're dead.